Good evening, my friends.
Good evening.
It is with joy that we come into your circle once again. Coming down into your vibrations. Trying to see through the mist, through the darkness, into your minds. We come because we are your friends. And it is that we want to say a few words about tonight. The power of friendship. As you travel along life's pathway, you meet people of all shapes and sizes. You meet the good, the bad, and the medium. And every now and then you meet someone with whom you have a friendship. It can be of several different kinds. You may find someone who thinks on the same wavelength as you. On the other hand, you may find someone who has completely diametrically opposed views to you. But there is something about them that strikes a chord. And even though you disagree perhaps on almost every subject, there is still a link there between you, which means that you become friends. As you journey through your life, your needs vary from time to time. You are developing, you are growing, you are learning the whole of the way through life. And what satisfies you at one period of your life is discarded as you go further along the road. So it is with your friends. You will find that someone will be there when you are in need at a certain stage of your life. Perhaps your paths link together. It could be for a few days, a few months, a few years, and then your ways divide. And often it is as though you had never met. But the link which you have made will always be there, even if your physical mind forgets. It will be one of the joys when you come to the spirit world, to look back and see the links which you have made and which have lasted in the spirit world, although in the physical world they perhaps were short, perhaps they didn't mean a terrific lot to you, but the link is there. You have got to remember that everyone in life is in a stage of progression. In the majority of cases, it will be progression towards a wiser being, perhaps a more spiritual understanding. It may be that the progression is in the opposite direction, and someone begins to lose control. Your world today is a very difficult, complicated place. And there are so many temptations on every side that perhaps were not around when you were young. You have got to remember that you faced life from a different standpoint to the young people of today, Many of the standards which were set by your parents and your grandparents have been abandoned. And over the period of years, there have been numerous theories, numerous suggestions. A lot of the old things have been superseded. And as a general rule, your world today is a very different place from what it was when you came into it. But all this is a part of life, a part of experience. When you become friends with someone and remain friends for the whole of your lives together, when there is always the link between you, even though perhaps you don't meet for weeks or months or years, then that friendship is valuable to both of you. It is something to be prized. And if you can make an effort to keep in touch, by letter, by telephone, even by thoughts, that will be a help both to you and to the one who is your friend. But those others who come into your life just briefly, who become important to you for a short while, and then pass on, it is usually for a particular purpose. And during the time that you are friendly with them, you are exchanging ideas, you are forging links of spirit, that even if those links seem to be broken, when perhaps someone moves away, perhaps they have other interests that absorb them, and the friendship seems to dwindle, yet the links that were made are still there in spirit. And as we said, one of the joys when you come to the spirit world will be to see how many people there are who are spirits now, who were once very close to you and will be again in the spirit world. It is difficult at times for you to keep up with all the people whom you have known. It's difficult for you to remember them all. But when you consider that not only those whose lives linked closely to you, but all the other people that you have come into contact with at any time have forged a link with you, a link which will be still there when you both pass to the spirit world. You will have an opportunity to renew friendships. You will have opportunities to look back at your lives and to see the things that you have done in the past, things which you have completely forgotten, and yet perhaps they had a great influence on someone else. As you go through your pathway in life, remember that you are making links the whole time, and links which are made can never be completely broken, even though they may physically be so. Give your love to everyone you meet. Love can't be limited. It can't be reserved for just a few people. The more you give, the more you will get. The more love there is. It is like the widow's cruse that never became empty. There are various forms of love. The word is used for all conditions, for all states of mind. But it is the one thing which will be eternal, the mainspring of life. And love can reach out to everyone you meet. It can have an influence upon people that you have no idea about. It can be the most important thing in your life. You believe that God is love. You believe in the words that Jesus gave, and those words are true. Love one another. It doesn't just mean the people that you meet. It doesn't just mean your own families. It means everyone. The sinner as well as the saint. The criminal as well as the good person. It means giving understanding, judging not. It means being tolerant. It means accepting people for what they are. It means so much to you on earth. And it will mean even more when you come to the spirit realm. We leave these thoughts with you because we want you to know that in your circle you have got love between you, and you send out that love onto our side of life, and through it you are able to reach souls who are wandering in the darkness, people who do not realize what has happened or where they are, people who are struggling to find their feet, who are striving to understand their condition, people who do not see our light, but they can see your light. We come back to that again and again, because it is so important that you send out your loving thoughts to those who are in the darkness, whatever their condition, whatever their crimes, whatever their attitudes of mind. They are still children of God, even as you are. They are still on the path of progress, even though they may have slipped far beyond where they started from. But they will always finish with God. We leave these thoughts with you, giving you our love, because it is through that that we come back to speak to you from time to time. We want to give you our blessing and the blessing of God the Almighty. Whatever term you call him by, it by, them by, It matters not. It is the great power, the great force that lies behind everything that is, everything that was, and everything that will be. Good night. God bless you all.